welcome back to a brand new video. Today I want to have a wee look at my Game Boy collection. I've got another video upcoming on this one, and I thought I would do a wee introduction into the ones I have at the moment. To show these off, I need to turn down the lights a bit, so give me one wee second. So to start off with, we have my original Game Boy. This is the one from when I had when I was about 7 years old, so you're looking at a Game Boy that's almost 18 years old now. It has taken quite a beating. You can see there all of the scratches on the surface. The buttons are quite chipped and scratched. You know, it's very well worn. It has seen some good usage. As you can see there, the screen, I don't know if that'll show, but there's a wee scratch there on it. Some dust underneath it as well. And power you on. That is showing up slightly, but you know, very dull, very hard to see, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but yeah, the image stayed there for quite a moment after this. I turned that off. None of these ones do that to the same degree. The pink one, which again is quite old, as far as I'm aware, I bought this one recently. Go over that in a moment. But this one definitely seems to have an issue with the screen retaining its image for far too long after it's been turned off. I'm guessing that's just from years of use. Next off, we have this lovely rose pink one. I recently bought this. It has quite a lot of damage. We have a crack there on the case. Most of the body is quite scratched, chipped. There's little bits of white paint on it as well. Shoulders have clearly had, you know, bumps or scratches or drops. The screen's okay on it. I had to replace the power switch on it. Before, when you were turning it on, if you accidentally nudged, bumped, wiggled it, you would find it would turn off, flicker on, or the battery would suddenly be low on charge when it's plenty of charge in it. Thank you. Once again, screen is still alive, very dull, although to be fair, these are all AGS 001s, so they have the original Game Boy screens, which were really dark. That is with the backlight on. You can turn the backlight off and it's, you know, almost unviewable, although on camera that doesn't make much of a difference. Wow. So that's the pink one. I do plan on 73 hours. I don't know if that will appear very well on the screen there. There you go. My leaf screen. As for this one, I am going to be doing a video soon on changing the case. Because I want to just do a full black one. I do plan to sell this Game Boy on to somebody. I just need to get around to it. It took me a while to get the switch changed over. The soldering on these Game Boys is very tough, as in when you're trying to desolder something, it does not want to give up. It really wants to stay in the position that it's been put. Next up, we have our yellow Pikachu. Now this one has a lovely scratch on the front, which was entirely my fault. I ended up scratching it with my soldering iron while I was working on the board. I had the case sitting off to the side, and without noticing, I accidentally touched it and just woofed. There's a scratch. I could try and get yellow paint to match to cover it up, but honestly then it could look worse if the paint doesn't match, so we'll stick with it as it is. It's very small minor detail. This case, the buttons, these are all from RetroSix here in the UK. They're great for different parts. I'm quite sure I got the screen for this one from here, from RetroSix, but the body and everything else isn't. We'll go into that in a moment. But yeah, so we've got one of the custom RetroSix stickers on the back with the wee Pikachu, and flip it up, we've got the red and pink interior there. But yeah, we've got the yellow and the red sort of accents to it, and switch you on. Once again, this has an original AGS 001. These Game Boys normally go between £40 and £50. These sort of ones, the original, unmodified. Well, everything's working as you can see. This one with a custom case, these custom cases go for between £10 and £15, so somewhere around $15 and $20. But you know, nice aesthetic. The buttons and your little rubber pads here, they're generally £1 or £2 at most, and same with your sticker. I think they're about £1 or so. Really cheap, honestly. It's quite a lot of fun. Just changing over a case. If you've got an old Game Boy, really be up case getting one of these. Sometimes they have deals on even cheaper ones that are just clearance stock. The only thing you need to watch is getting onto this one. There is a IPS modified ones. Now these have a slightly larger screen. I don't know how well you'll be able to tell. It's very, very small difference. As you can see, the bevel's smaller. It's a very, very, very little change. There is some plastic cut on the inside as well. That's if you wanted to put a modern IPS into an old case or an unmodified one, there is plastic on the inside of the frame that you would need to cut away or trim away. That kind of covers that. So, last up, we've got the black one. Now this one uses a modified case that is fit for an IPS LCD screen. It is by Handheld Legends, so I imported it from the United States. One of the custom stickers from RetroSix, and we've got some custom purple buttons to match the aesthetic. So, as I turn this one on, you'll see the screen is much brighter, much clearer. The only downside to that is your battery does drain a little faster. But I mean, you can quite tell the colours are a lot more vibrant, a lot better pixel density as well. It's impressive how clear an image you actually get. With the original Game Boys, they're very capable of putting out a really nice image. I mean, oh, would you not there? There you go. It's really hard to see in this light. Even worse with the glare from the big lights. But there you go. You can see it is quite a poor image quality. There's a lot of lines, lines, and you know, you can actually see the individual pixels with the old screens, whereas the IPSs are a lot clearer. Thank you. Once again, let me just show you. Batteries run dry. 180 hours in Pokemon Sapphire. Player Ian, this isn't actually, so this is majority of my save. I get given this copy of Sapphire by a friend, and it had a save on it already called Ian, with literally just the starter of a Torchic, and I just went from there, and I put 180 hours into it as a kid. I was glued to my Game Boy. I was very much one of the kids that kept to myself, and I loved video games. Yeah, Pokemon Sapphire was my jam. I absolutely loved this game. And if I could find a way to take an output from a Game Boy and run it through a capture card or something, I would love to do just a playthrough of it. Till then, I'm not a fan of using ROMs before you suggest that. I like to be able to save to a physical copy. Just preference. But one thing I forgot to say about both of these is they both have a Type-C charging port. Now this one is only charging capable. It uses just your ordinary charger and cannot give audio out. Whereas this one is audio capable. So you plug in a pair of Type-C headphones, or you can get a wee jack converter. And that stops the music playing from the speaker and plays through the earphones instead. Before, you needed one of the proprietary dongles to be able to use the earphones with a Game Boy. It's more of a convenience thing, to be honest, not having to use the old school chargers and being able to use a Type-C on it. These will set you back about £10. I think that's about $13. These ones are a bit pricier. They're about £20, maybe $25 or so. The last thing, I need to actually cut out the lights completely because I need to show you. There we go. So as you'll see, it is quite dark because it's a bright screen, but the light is purple. And that is actually a LED that I soldered in myself. And one moment. And as you can see there, I've got a bright pink one to match the aesthetic again, for the charging. The purple one also goes to blue when the battery is low. Again, I like the whole black, purple, blue sort of, what do you call it, vaporwave. You can get better batteries. I have a couple here. So this is the original. Sorry, let me get these closer. So this one here is an original Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP battery. Comes in at 600 mAh, whereas your newer ones come in at 850 mAh. I haven't been able to test these to make sure that is the true capacity of them. As far as I can tell by comparing them with a new IPS stream that drains them, these do last a bit longer. Maybe just because it's a newer battery, who never knows. But that wraps up today's video. As always, if you've watched to the end, thank you very much. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.